Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the second news from today's newspaper front page Dawn. Army rejects allegations of meddling in political affairs. Inter-Services Press Release ISPR Chief says tea will be offered if the Pakistan Democratic Movement leaders, PTM leaders, come to Rawalpindi. Bajwa first meet Prime Minister PM discuss security matters. By Bakir Sajjad Sayed, Islamabad and the army has rejected opposition's criticism of meddling in political affairs, saying there is no reason for the opposition alliance, Pakistan Democratic Movement (PTM), to march on Rawalpindi, the home to the military headquarters. I do not see any reason for them to come to Rawalpindi. If they ever come, we will serve them chai pani, tea and water. We will look after them well, said a military spokesman, Major General Babar Iftikhar, while responding to a question at a presser on Monday. Pakistan Democratic Movement (PTM) Chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman had, after a meeting of 10-party alliance at Rawalpindi on January 1, hinted that the planned long march could also be directed to Rawalpindi. Opposition parties have lately been vocal in their criticism of the army for allegedly bringing Prime Minister Imran Khan to power by manipulating the 2018 general elections and later influencing governance through a package of civilian rule. They have demanded that Prime Minister PM Khan step down by January 31, or else they would hold a long march to push for his ouster. Major General Iftikhar, who heads the military's media wing, Inter-Services Public Relations (ISPR), said the army saw no substance in opposition's allegations. We have stayed the course and will stay on it, he asserted, rejecting the allegations of manipulation of 2018 polls. The Inter-Services Press Release Public Relations Inter-Services Public Relations ISPR Director General said the government had asked the army for supporting the electoral exercise. We conducted the elections. Islamabad Prime Minister Imran Khan speaks to Chief of the Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa and ISI Inter-Service Intelligence Chief General Taz Hamid during a meeting at the Prime Minister House, PM House, on Monday. White Star. With full responsibility and honesty, he maintained. If anyone has any doubt, then national institutions are working. They can be approached and they can decide, he added. Regretting the criticism, Major General Iftikhar said, it's not a good thing. The army does not need to enter the political fray, nor should it be dragged into it, he said, asking the politicians to keep the military out of their cabals. The military sees the allegations as an attempt to draw a wedge between the army and the masses. The presser was seen in military circles to be containing a powerful message that unity and singleness of purpose was the way forward and relied to enemies' grand design of creating chaos and wedge between the people and institutions. Security situations. The spokesman, while giving an overview of the internal security situation, said the capacities of the terrorist groups to operate in the country have been significantly diminished. There is no organized terrorist infrastructure on the ground now. The terrorists are on the run. It may look that there is a surge in the terrorism incidents, but as a matter of fact, there aren't high impact incidents anymore. Their capacity to execute high impact incidents has been diminished significantly, he said. The reduction in number of terrorism incidents and the resulting casualties is being seen as an indicator of the awakening of the terrorist groups because of relentless counter-terrorism operations. About Daesh, the Director General Inter-Services Public Relations (ISPR) acknowledged the existence of its footprint but said it was very limited in scale. It's there. They are trying. They are splinter groups of different organizations which keep taking their names together. Some must or achieve credibility, he said. Daesh, or the so-called Islamic State, has lately been in focus because of the January 3 mass killing of 11 coal miners. We are aware about the capability of this organization, who is supporting them, where the money is coming from, and we are going after them, he further said, alluding to Indian support for the global terror outfit. They will not be able to establish any kind of permanent footprint here with the way our counter-terrorism operations are going, Major General Iftikhar said. The spokesman said that Balochistan was facing threats, but the situation was under control. He expressed the hope for further improvement in a near future. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Bajwa is scheduled to visit Quetta later this week. Chief of Army Staff calls on Prime Minister. Meanwhile, Chief of Army Staff General Bajwa and Director General Inter-Services Intelligence (ISI) Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid met Prime Minister Imran Khan for a discussion on national security. Prime Minister's office in a statement said it was resolved that the preparators of March incident will be brought to justice. The continuous human rights violations in India held Kashmir and the frequent ceasefire violations by Indian forces over the line of control also came under discussion. And in the end, the formal request, if you have not yet, please subscribe our channel and press the bell button to get the press from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time and goodbye.